Hello and welcome to Phoenix Point Backer Build 4. In this video we're going to be going through some of the new features and mechanics that have been added in this latest early access build for Phoenix Point. We're actually going to be going through one of the scenarios that we custom built for the EGX Res show in London in April. Backer Build 4 actually contains more content than you will see in this video, but these challenges do provide a nice little showcase to highlight some of the new things that we've added in. So without further ado, let us start. Okay, so here we are in our challenging scenario, and I have no delusions about being able to complete this scenario. They are quite tough, so this is probably all going to end in complete disaster for my squad, but hopefully before that happens we can show you some neat stuff. So the first thing you're going to notice here is a new environment type. This is actually the Slums Map for the Disciples of Anu, and compared to the maps that we have shown in previous backer builds, they are a lot more cluttered. There's far less open spaces, there are a lot more places to hide and seek cover. And there's a lot more verticality to these maps as well. There are lots of different platforms and ledges and things that you can go and stand on. Straight away, as soon as we start, we can see one of the new enemy types over here at the back of the map. This is the Chiron. The Chiron is actually an artillery type unit, and there are a couple of different variations of it. Like with all of the creatures in Phoenix Point, there are different mutations, and the different mutations allow it to fire different types of munitions, as well as giving it things like different types of legs that allow it to move in different ways across the battlefield. We will be having to deal with this thing very soon. A lot of what else you will see on this map will be crabmen, but there might also be one or two other surprises here. So we also now have a couple of our Phoenix units. So in previous backer builds we were using new Jericho units. We do have the new Jericho Heavy and the new Jericho Technician. Because they are specific to those particular factions, at least these versions are. But we do have our Phoenix Assault and our Phoenix Sniper here as well. So the first thing that we want to do is try and explore the map a little bit. We do know that there is one enemy that we can actually see. In fact, there's two here that one we don't have a line of sight on. We've got three crabmen. We've only got a line of sight on this one here. So ideally we'd like to try and take them out if possible. Let's go and see if we can get our sniper into a bit of a better position. It looks like we're still likely only going to have one shot here. Let's go ahead and use our free aim and see what we can do. So this one over here has a spitter head. This is a new mutation which we've added in for Backer Build 4. And it allows the crabman to actually spit acid. It has a claw and a grenade launcher, so it does have some melee. It won't return fire because it doesn't have a machine gun. Just having a look at the armor. There's no armor on the head, so we are going to try and aim around here. We should pretty much get a hit. There's a little bit of space here on the side where the bullet might go and we might miss, but let's take the shot anyway. And that actually worked quite well for us, and it was a kill. So let's go ahead and see if we can get our units into a better position to take a shot. I'm going to move the heavy forwards now. The heavy actually has a new weapon. Instead of using the heavy machine gun, which we had in previous backer builds, the heavy's currently using the Hell 2 cannon. It fires a single shot. It's not particularly accurate, but if it hits, it is devastating. If we go and take a look at this crabman here, you can see that our chances to hit are quite low. There is a lot of cover in the way. We might get lucky. Let's take the shot anyway. So, oh, we actually hit it and killed it. That's about as lucky as I've ever been with a shot from the Hell Cannon. We went straight over the cover and did like 20 damage to it. Very, very damaging weapon. You do normally have to use it at close range. That was definitely more luck than skill on that particular attempt. We do know that we've got a couple more crabmen to deal with. Let's try and get into a position where we can possibly deal with them. So we have spotted an enemy. We can now see the Chiron. The Chiron has a lot of health, and we probably do want to deal with that quite quickly. Let us see if there is anything that we can do with it. We do have some incendiary grenades. They're going to be useful for us right now. We also have some extra abilities on our soldiers. So one of the things that we've added in to Backer Build 4 is the class progression system. So as you complete missions, you gain experience, you can level up and unlock abilities for your soldiers. So if we actually look down here, you can see what abilities our assault has. So we have return fire. We can shoot at visible enemy that attacks, but only if using a weapon that can return fire. We have the inventory actions and reloading. Do not cost any action points, which is always nice. And throwing range is increased by 50%, so that is also very useful. Might want to move up here with our technician as well. Let's move forwards with the technician into this spot. Might be a little bit risky. Let's go ahead, and we can't put the turret down right now. We don't quite have enough points to do that. We can probably get into a better position. Now, we can actually see something over in that direction. Now, we may as well take a shot at the Chiron. It is quite a distance away, but we are relatively accurate with our assault. Unfortunately, hitting the abdomen has 2 armor, so we're not going to do a huge amount of damage there. If we can hit it in the thorax, we're much more likely, or the torso, we're much more likely to do some damage. So let's go ahead and fire some shots there. So we did do some damage to it, not as much as we would have liked. I'm a little bit cautious about where I'm going to put my my technician here, because we do have a crabman with a gun over on this side of the map. So I'm a little bit wary about where we move. Let's go move over to this side. That should give us a line of fire on this crabman over here. Now, he is a gunner, so he will have return fire. So I don't think I want to take a shot at him, because he will almost certainly shoot back. So let's go ahead and put our technician in cover, or let's risk it. Let's go and put him a little bit further back. And what we can do here is we can actually use our Overwatch. So Overwatch has now changed. Instead of Overwatch being 360 degrees, Overwatch is now a cone. And as you can see, as you move that cone further away, the end of the cone gets larger, but it's directional. So only something that moves within the cone will actually trigger the Overwatch. Also, you have to have line of sight on it. If you hold down Shift, not Shift, Control, and use the mouse wheel, you can actually adjust how wide or narrow the cone is. So we can actually set a cone that goes out here. We don't want to shoot too far with our technician because he's not particularly accurate, so we'll go ahead and set our Overwatch to that distance there. We could probably do something else with our assault. We could maybe use exertion and give him some extra points. It does use his willpower. Let's go ahead and try that though, actually. Let's give him exertion. So we use 5 willpower. We've given him back half of his time units, and we can go ahead and we can take another shot at that Chiron. We are really going to want to take it out, so I think it's best for us that we do fire at it a little bit. We have done some damage to it, and that's probably all we're going to be able to do on this turn. Everybody has used all their action points, so let's go and end the turn. So the Chiron is going to fire here. So he's going to turn around, and in comes the goo. So this is the goo variant of the Chiron, and this goo will actually stick you in place. So we have return fire on our assault, so he does get a free shot there. Now the goo doesn't actually do any damage, but it does really limit your ability to move around. It can be destroyed with fire, and it does disappear after a certain number of turns. So just because you are in the goo doesn't mean you're completely stuck. And we have that Crabman Gunner moving in. Now, he has a shield. Luckily, he doesn't have a grenade launcher. And you'll just notice that he has had Frenzied applied to him, which has given him 6 willpower. And that is because there is another enemy type on the map, one which we haven't seen yet. That's some shots being fired at us. That is very unfortunate, actually. We've taken a shot on our technician, and that's disabled his technician's arms, so that's going to make things a little bit difficult for us. And we can't really repair those now, so our arms are out of commission. We can't, actually, they're just damaged, they're not destroyed. That is fine. Okay, so what we could do is we could use the incendiary grenades to burn the goo. I don't think we necessarily need to do that, but we definitely want to try and get rid of the machine gunners if we can. The Chiron isn't going to cause too many problems for us right now, and that is simply because it can't really do any damage to us. Let's go ahead and use our assault, and let us try and get this Chiron, this crabman over here out if we can. Now, unfortunately, he is hiding behind his shield. I'm going to aim for his machine gun. And did we actually... We damaged the machine gun, but we didn't destroy it. We also damaged his shield. I can't do another exertion, unfortunately. Let's go and move in a little bit with our technician here, and we might be able to finish him off. If we can destroy his machine gun, he isn't going to be able to attack us anymore, so that will be useful. So let's go for the machine gun. We managed to damage it again, but no kill. We'll try another shot. We'd really like to get this machine gun down. Wow, we're just not having a lot of luck there. Okay, I really want to take that guy out. Now, the sniper can't really go anywhere because he's stuck in the goo. We can move the heavy. The heavy does have a line of sight from here with the hell cannon. Now, this is very, very risky. We might just hit cover, but let's try it. And we did hit the cover. That was unfortunate. I would have preferred that not to happen. So, what have we got left? We have our sniper. Can we do anything with our sniper? Well, we can't really move him, so let's go for an overwatch just in case. We'll do an overwatch. We will limit the cone of fire over here, and we'll see if we can get that crabman if it moves. So, a little bit of a tricky situation there. Can't really do anything else with these other guys. The assault doesn't really have an awful lot left he can do. We could reload, because reloading doesn't cost us an action, but we don't need to do it right now. So let's just go ahead and end the turn and see what is in store for us. Now, like I said, there is another enemy type on the map that we haven't spotted yet. He's actually just hit his... Oh no, he did hit the crabman in the back, but he also hit our hell cannon as well. Damaged but not destroyed. So we have upped the hit points that weapons have, so they don't just get destroyed on like a single bullet. The scenery and terrain is still very, very weak in the current build. We haven't added in the different properties for different materials yet. That will come in a later build. In comes some more goo. Now, he's actually gooed the heavy this time as well, which is a bit inconvenient, but we can deal with this. Luckily, it seems like all of those shots missed. And the crabmen are starting to move in on us. That Chiron is going to be a problem, so we do want to try and deal with it if we can. What else have we got going on? I know there's one alien that hasn't moved it. Right, you've moved into our Overwatch, and we've disabled your head. You're bleeding. Oh, that was very, very close. Free shot from our assault. So our assault did actually finish off the... oh, here we go. This is the Siren. This is the new enemy type that we haven't seen yet in this video. And that is acid, unfortunately. So she takes some return fire damage. Now, we've got to be very, very careful here because we are going to be losing our sniper if we're really not careful here. I'm not sure that we can actually get to him to heal him, though, because he's in the goo. Which means we can't actually move anybody in close enough to... Or maybe we can, actually. Before we do that, let's go ahead and utilise our sniper to try and take the Siren out. So the Siren has these claws which you can use to stab people. She can also spit acid. She can also buff up the enemy troops, which you see her do quite effectively. Let's go for the torso, because this is like a guaranteed hit. Only 9 damage. She does have a lot of health, which is the big problem with her. Let's go ahead and... well, let's see what our sniper has here, actually. So, his overwatch accuracy is increased by 50%. His perception range is doubled, which means he can see things further away. And he shoots at 20% accuracy. Let's go ahead and actually use our pistol here. And I think we'll go ahead and use Gunslinger, so we can take some some additional shots. Again, we'll probably just go for the torso. Should be enough. So we'll go for Gunslinger. We did 10 damage. No, sorry, we did 4 damage. We damaged the torso. She does have a bleed on her. Let's go ahead and keep firing. 4 more damage. We really want to try and get her down completely if we can. I know I'm burning through willpower, but we are probably going to lose our sniper here. We've disabled her tail. We do have 3 willpower left. I think we can possibly risk 1 more shot. Although we're not going to disable the head because we simply don't have it has too much armor, but we've got more chance of hitting the head. Let's take the shot anyway because we're probably going to lose the sniper. So, and we did actually hit. That's good. Okay, this is where we want to be. So I think what we'll do now is we'll take our technician. I actually want to use the technician to try and heal the sniper if we can. So let's move over here with the assault. And this should be enough to finish off the Siren. Wow, still not quite. Only 3 damage. We're out of ammo, but we can reload. Reloading doesn't cost us an action. Let's go ahead and see if we can heal you. Hopefully we can. Let's move to here. Are we close enough? Can we get you? Looks like we can. Oh, we actually just used it on ourselves. That wasn't the intent there. Do you have enough to fire? No, we're in a predicament here, so we're going to use the heavy's hell cannon. This should be enough. In fact, what we could do here, actually, our heavy actually has a flamethrower, which is another new item that has been added into this build. Flamethrower fires in a cone, so let's go ahead and use it. And there we go. That should have caught her. I think she might have just been out of range of it slightly. So that's a little bit annoying. Let's try it again, see if we actually get her. I think she's just in cover there, so now we're in a bit of a predicament. Who do we have left? Can we do anything with anybody right now? We can't go with exertion again, so we're a little bit stuck. Can't use our shotgun. Okay, let's see what happens. This could be the end for us here. Like I said, these are quite tough missions. So there goes our sniper. Well, I'm fairly certain he was going to die anyway. We've got another gunner coming in from the back of the map. Taking some more shots. Once again, hits our technician, but no real damage done there. The Siren moves in. Now, she's actually using her stab attack. Now, that was actually the return fire taking them down from our assault. Oh, there's another Siren here. Well, that is less than friendly. We still have the Chiron on the map to deal with as well. Unfortunately, the return fire from our assault also hit the, I believe, PDW of our technician. Well, more goo going in isn't going to affect the ones that are already gooed. Here comes a grenade. That's going to be a problem. That has damaged our flamethrower, unfortunately. And now our technician is also dead. Okay, instead of the flamethrower, because the flamethrower is damaged, let's go ahead and see if we can use the hell cannon on this Siren. It's probably not going to work out too well for us. And I think before we do that, we'll actually move the assault out of the way. Just make it a little bit safer for him. So let's go ahead and use the hell cannon here. And we're going to try and hit this thing right in the torso. There we go. So we've actually done 19 damage to it, disabled the torso, and we have managed to stun it as well. Probably switch to the shotgun here, and this should do quite a bit of damage if we can get a hit. It is a 50% action cost. We're only going to get 1 shot, so we might as well move in a little bit closer. See if we can get a bit of a better hit from here. So let's go in and take the shot. 16 more damage. There is a bleed on there as well. Okay, this is where it all starts to get a little bit risky. We don't have an awful lot of actions left and things we can do. Shouldn't be able to do much on this turn because of the stun. Just have a little bit of movement. Taking some shots from the Crabman. Again, that hit our heavy. Always risky keeping your guys close together, especially when you have enemies on the map that have grenade launchers. So we can get rid of this goo if we want to. There we go. Our hell cannon is damaged but not destroyed. Oh, and our heavy is now down as well. This is not a good start. Or indeed a good end, because this is about to be the finale for us here. So some of the other things that the Chirons can do, there are some that can launch fireworms. Fireworms are a very specific creature that explode on death. We will demonstrate, or I'd at least love to demonstrate, the incendiary grenade, because we haven't really done that yet. So let's move over here. Spotted a few more enemies, and I know this isn't going to end well for me, but we are here to just highlight some of the new stuff. So let's go in and throw our incendiary grenade. I really love the fire effects that we've got in here. I think they look really, really good. Especially when you are in first-person mode. We don't actually have the time units to do that right now, but I do love the fire effects. I think they're really, really cool. So our assault has got some problems going on. He doesn't really have anywhere that he can get to safety. Wherever he goes, he's going to be in trouble. Let's go ahead and just try and run away a little. Maybe we will be able to find a safe space. Who knows? It's all on him now. But we're going to be attacked in melee by this guy. Ow, well, that hurt. So we do get return fire. We've disabled his head. Did 8 damage. He's bleeding. He'll die on the next turn. He does get another attack, unfortunately. And that is the end of our assault. And indeed, the end of the entire team. And you can see here we have the post-mission summary, where you can gain experience for your soldiers' actions throughout the missions. So if you pick up Phoenix Point with access to the backer builds, you will be able to get instant access to this, which is backer build 4. You won't have these scenarios, although we do supply a handy little file that allows you to put them into the game. But what you will have is the first look at our geoscape, which is the strategic layer for the game. At the moment, it is still very much a work in progress, so it doesn't have all the features and functionality in there. But you will have access to all of the features that you have seen within this mission. You will be able to see all these enemies. You will have access to all of these weapons and equipment, as well as the ability to level up and customize your own soldiers as we go. So, thanks a lot for watching. We really hope that you have enjoyed this overview of some of the features to be found in Backer Build 4 of Phoenix Point. For more information, you can visit our website at www.phoenixpoint.info, and on there you will find all of the latest dev blogs and information regarding the development and progress of Phoenix Point. Don't forget, you can also check out our forums and follow us on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, and of course here on our YouTube channel to keep up to date with the latest development. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.